Thank you very much, Cormac, and thank you for coming. I'm so delighted that so many of you have come on what is a very important issue. I'm a candidate running for the local elections in Cllr. I'm a 37-year-old teacher, and I am part of that generation that just can't plausibly, at the moment, aspire to buying a house. I have a good, secure job, but I don't have the level of savings built up for a deposit. My very generous parents, one of whom's here, is consistently giving out to me about not having that savings built up. But as Darragh himself has shown how deluded he is, not every parent is able to provide the seed capital for their students or for their children to buy a house. And that's something I'm very conscious of. I am on the campaign trail for the last 3 months, and even those most dyed-in-the-blue-wool supporters of the other parties will acknowledge Fianna Fáil's record in housing over the last 70 years of the state. Darragh talked about the years during the 1930s, when an impoverished state managed to create communities that were able to build houses at low cost and do so quickly and create sustainable communities long term. We need to have that level of ambition, and that's essentially the main failing of the current government, is a lack of ambition. Owen Murphy is a very well-meaning person, as Bill outlined, but he's not delivering. And Darragh talked about the frustrations of confidence and supply. It is very frustrating for Fianna Fáil to be constantly unable to deliver its housing agenda. But hopefully that's something that can change via local elections, the European elections, and a general election whenever that comes. So I hope, I think the key word to think of this is an emergency. There are people competing for a very limited housing stock. People are forced to move in with their parents, living long-term with their parents. Parents are delighted to have their children with them. But at the same time, that is not a sustainable long-term option for both parents who want to enjoy their retirement and young people who want to live independent lives and start a new family themselves. That is not sustainable. It's also clouding. The homeless figure is probably much worse than the official figures because of that phenomenon whereby children are moving back in with their parents. It would be much worse if the Irish people weren't so generous. But we only can take a grasp of this situation if we are willing to be ambitious. And I understand the local elections is the first thing. I don't have plans there. It would be wonderful if local authorities were given more autonomy to build their own houses. And that's something that can be delivered quickly without central government intervention. So our 3 speakers have been so eloquent tonight, as is Cormac. I'm sure you want to ask them questions, but thank you so much for coming. Thank you to our speakers for coming this evening. I hope you can think of me on the 24th of May, Michael Cllr, in the Cllr area, and Justin and Cormac running in the Cllr area. Only a vote for Fianna Fáil will deliver housing for the Irish people. This generation is being denied that opportunity to create their own new life on their own. And we need houses, we need them quickly, and they must be delivered. And we cannot allow this essentially relaxed attitude from the government to continue forever. So thank you very much, ladies and gentlemen. Thank you for coming.